There we go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Antoine Thomas back again with another episode of Silver Lining TV, where we motivate and inspire people to create a better life through real estate. And in today's episode, I want to touch on a question that we get asked quite often, and I'm going to answer that question in this video. And that question is, how smart is it to buy a home today? And we are currently in March, and we're starting to get warmer weather. Tax time is a lot of people are getting tax returns. We're getting closer to school being out. Generally, the real estate season to start getting very aggressive looking for a new home to buy or looking to sell starts around this time. However, with the way the inventory has been extremely low and with all the uncertainty going on with the pandemic, so on and so forth, a lot of people are still unsure on whether it's a good time to make a move. And I do believe that the decision to move in general is very complicated, and the decision to make a commitment on a big investment like buying a home is obviously very, very complicated. And there are a lot of variables that are worthy of discussion, but generally, economics are the biggest variable. And when people are trying to decide on whether they're going to buy a new home. So I'm going to touch on that. And I want to say that generally, for me, when I come to a hard decision that I got to make, I truly believe in asking high quality questions, as it will help me uncover challenges and generate better solutions, which will ultimately help me conquer such challenges. So what I want to do is I want to try that with you guys today. And I'm going to give you two questions, and I want you guys to answer those questions. The first question, actually, before I get into that, by asking these questions, it will help you determine whether the time to sell your home or to buy a new home is now. Okay. So first question is, do I think home values would be higher a year from now? First question is, do I think home values will be higher a year from now? Ask yourself that question. Second question, do I think mortgage rates will be higher a year from now? Do I think mortgage rates will be higher a year from now? So from a financial or economic standpoint, if your answer is yes to either question, you should strongly consider buying now. Strongly. If your answer to both questions was a yes to both, then you should definitely buy now. No questions asked after that. If you're answering both questions yes, there should be no hesitation. But here's the caveat. Nobody can guarantee what home values are going to be a year from now. Nobody can guarantee, or nobody has an idea 100% on what mortgage rates will be a year from now. However, experts do feel very confident that mortgage rates will rise. We've been very fortunate to have low interest rates over the past couple of years. And to be more specific, over the past 12 months, we've seen interest rates drop as low as 2.5, 2.7. We've helped a lot of people secure an interest rate under 3% last year. I am one of them. But that's not a normal thing. These are historical lows, and they are still very low at this moment. However, we don't know the future, but there's a but. When you have a historical low, generally you start to see an uptick or an incline shortly after. So you got to keep that in mind. So while experts think that mortgage rates will increase over time over this year, further or undoubtedly, I believe that home values are going to be expected to increase as well. So you're going to have an uptick in your rates and then an uptick in home values appreciating. Let me share a personal story with you guys. I'm going to show you guys how powerful the being able to take advantage of the opportunity is. So a couple years ago, I bought a property, and I bought it for $95,000. and I lived in the property. I did no major updates to the property. None. Okay. Didn't replace flooring. I didn't upgrade really anything in the house that was significant. 3 years later, from the day I purchased it, almost to that day, I sold the property for $125,000. So there was a $30,000 gain or $30,000 profit just from living in the property. So I could have decided, hey, I'm not going to buy now. I'm going to actually rent, because I gotta live somewhere. So either I'm going to be living in a place where I rent, or I'm going to live in a place that I actually own. And I decided to own something. And from owning something that appreciates in value, something that type of asset in the market that we're in is going to appreciate rapidly, I was able to sell within 3 years with a $30,000 profit without putting really any money into the house other than paying my mortgage. Okay. That is how powerful taking advantage of being an owner, or if you're currently already a homeowner, being able to take advantage of the market to purchase up, or whether you're wanting to downgrade at home, but taking advantage of the market. That's how powerful it is. So I actually want to share with you guys a graphic, as I believe this will further explain my point, and it is very germane to the topic that we're discussing today. Give me 1 second. Okay. Let me get this. All right. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Now, this is the cost of living, cost of waiting. This is going to be the cost of waiting. You compared buying today compared to you buying 12 months from now. This is going to be the cost of waiting for you. Now, as you can see up here, we have price of a home. If purchased today, you're looking at $350,000. I just chose a number, $350,000. A year from now, based on what the appreciation rates are, based on how aggressive the market is right now, a year from now, you'll be paying over $20,000 more just by waiting. A lot of people who I speak with, they're like, yeah, we're going to save some more money. My question for them is, are you going to be able to save $20,000 in the next 12 months to kind of, is it going to be a wash for you, or are you going to still end up losing money overall? Because unless you're saving that type of money at that type of rate, does it really make sense to save up more money, considering there are mortgage and loan products available out there for you to pretty much purchase with no money down? So you got to ask yourself, does it really make sense? Am I going to outpace the appreciation rates as far as me saving money? And then look at your mortgage rate, 2.97, which is a rate you could secure today. A year from now, we're expecting for it to increase. Now, this is a slight increase, but I'm going to show you how much of a slight increase like that, how it affects your monthly payment. Down payment, assuming you're going to put 10% down on this property, $35,000 on this property, $37,000. So you're talking about paying more than $2,000 for the down payment just by waiting. Mortgage amount, well, $315 if you're putting $35,000 down. Your mortgage amount is obviously going to increase because you're going to have a higher purchase price. So it's going to increase as well. We're talking now your mortgage payment being a difference of $116 a month. When you look at that annually, that's almost $1,400 more a month that you're paying. Just again, by waiting. You're not doing anything different. All you're doing is, hey, I'm not going to buy now. I'm going to wait until March of 2022. This is what the difference is. All right. Now, here is the one that is extremely powerful, and I really want you to pay attention to. The equity gained. If purchased today, 12 months from now, you would have gained over $20,000 in equity. That's your wealth right there. That is your wealth. That is an accumulation of your equity just by living and being the owner of that property. A year from now, you see that zero right there? You don't accumulate anything. As a matter of fact, if you're renting, you're probably just throwing money, you're paying somebody else's mortgage down. So you've built equity for that person, but for yourself, what have you done? Taking advantage of now allows you to reap the benefits of being a homeowner, which we're now talking about potentially almost $21,000. So I want to make it very clear that by asking yourself, again, those two questions, do I think home values will be higher a year from now? Do I think mortgage rates will be higher a year from now? Again, if you answered yes to both of those, I would highly suggest that you get more clarity and learn more about what the process will look like for you. And it doesn't cost you anything to learn more. It doesn't cost you anything to connect with a real estate advisor to help them guide you and let you know what it will look like in your situation. I gave you a basic, generalized breakdown of what it could look like, but obviously this may not apply to you. This is why it's so important for you to make sure you're doing what you got to do, doing your due diligence, and you are taking that first step where most people decide not to make or take that first step due to economic reasons. Well, I wanted to give you this information to not allow that to prevent you from making smart choices. Okay. Now, from a financial aspect, obviously looking at this, it makes definitely more sense to buy now versus next year. So I'm gonna end it right there. I do want to say, if you want more information, if you have any questions at all, reach out. Your Silver Lining real estate agent will be here. We're always available to help you, give you more information. But again, I hope it was valuable. And until next time, on the next episode on Friday, you guys take care.